Hello,
I'm Tina,
I'm Tara.
and this is Tea Time with
Tara and Tina. Yay! Here we go again.
Yes,
We're back.
Here we go again. We are back for a fresh new set of discussions.
Discussions,
Yeah,
yes.
so-
And I'm very excited about the topic that you've chosen for today's discussion.
I know it's completely like in left field, but it's I had on my list of things to talk about farts in a jar. And Tara's like, she didn't really ask me too much about it the last time we met, and this time she goes, I have to ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to ask. So tell me about farts in a jar.
Farts in a jar. I think it should be called toots in a jar. I don't even like saying the word toot or fart. We weren't supposed to say fart when we were growing up.
It was a very banned
Yes.
word growing up. Yeah. My mom always said toot.
Toot. Anyways, we will be adult luck and we'll say farts in a jar for the purpose of this particular. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so why are we talking about farts in a jar?
So when you're driving in a car, listen to the morning show on the radio, and for a couple days in a row, they were talking about this influencer on Instagram who, I don't know how many thousand followers she had. I have no idea. I didn't catch that part. But she started a business by selling. I guess she's very attractive. I'm thinking she's a very attractive woman. And
A lot of influencers are.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so people wanted to buy stuff from her, so she started selling her own farts in a jar. And the reason it became such a topic was I think she made like $100,000 in a week or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on the number, but it was astronomical. That's why people were talking about it. So this went on, and they were talking about it for a couple of days, and how people can make money doing anything these days, and people will buy anything. Well, the next week there was a follow up. She was in the hospital. She had to stop. Her business came to a stop. She because she was admitted to the hospital, and so she had started having these terrible pains and this and that and the other
For excessive farting.
Well, because in order to keep up with the demand,
yes,
there were so many orders. So she was forcing herself to eat beans and chili and all these things to keep going so she could actually fill the orders, right? Supply and demand. So she
because you can only fart so many times in a day. I'm thinking, right?
Yes.
Okay.
To fill a jar.
To fill a jar. Yes, exactly.
So she was rushed to the hospital. She thought something was seriously wrong with her, and they said it is because the excessive amount of foods that you're eating that are causing you to have this much gas. She had some sort of inflamed system, so her business came to a halt.
For health reasons.
Because she was farting so much.
Okay.
I was laughing my head off when I heard this because I was like, oh my god, really? Somebody's just made $100,000 in a week for farting in a jar. Anyways, it was just a silly story, but good for her.
Good for her. There's apparently money to be made anywhere. And everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
So my question though is, what made her do it in the first place?
I don't know. I think I missed that part of the story. Yeah.
Because honestly, because I'm always thinking of different ideas of earning some extra income.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say I never thought about farting in a jar.
No.
And
never.
marketing it.
Never.
To sell.
No, and nor would you even think that anybody would
have an interest in buying somebody else's fart in a jar.
Yeah.
Like, do they know that they can fart in their own jar?
I don't know. I think it was this woman. I think maybe she's very appealing. The puppy's here with us today. So you're going to hear some grunting noises and things in the background.
Yes, because we don't have a studio yet.
Yes.
Which we were talking about before.
Yes.
When we have the studio, maybe we won't have the dog that's in the studio.
That's okay.
Yes.
She's cute.
Yes.
So I have no idea how what were we saying?
Just in regards to like farts in a jar, and why don't people know that they can fart in their own jar?
I think it was because it was her.
So she's a specific influencer, and obviously people are coveting her farts because of her obvious sex appeal.
Yes. But I don't know because I never looked her up. So, and I would just make that assumption that there's something appealing about this woman that they were buying her farts in a jar. But
yeah. Okay. Well, I have heard of other kind of stories that are similar to that, and the fact that you can women will wear underwear and then put it in an envelope to send away. Oh, yes.
That's a little bit more gross than the farting. I don't know.
I don't know which one's more gross. I honestly don't. I mean, they're pretty even as far as I'm concerned. Like you're literally taking a part of your body and sending it through the postman.
I don't know.
To go to somebody else.
Oh, there's something about that just turned me.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there's men with foot fetishes.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yes. I saw on some other.
Oh, you sell pictures of your toes or something like that, right?
There's
like you take
website.
pictures of your toes.
Yes.
And people will
pay
money
to look at pictures of your feet.
Yes.
That's weird.
I think I'm just really tight with my money. And I'm not expanding my options for what I could be purchasing on the dark web.
Foot pictures, I don't think I would be. It's not actually on the dark web. It's on just the main web.
It's mainstream
it's
media.
Mainstream.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think there's a whole website dedicated to feet where you can look up different pictures of
I don't doubt
feet.
that at all. Apparently, it's quite. It's quite large in the media. Actually, the amount of people with these foot things that are going on. I think it was just I was raised in a very straight-laced environment and we weren't exposed to all of these wonderful things. Or I wasn't in such a confined environment that I felt the need to really do like the Miley Cyrus thing, right? Where you're Disney.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm going to go completely 180 and be extremely just like eccentric is the best word I could come up with. And I think the people that are ordering farts in a jar are definitely eccentric people. Are they not?
They must be, or just strange.
Or deprived in some way.
Yeah.
So farts in a jar. So
Yeah.
what are some other money-making techniques that could be utilized? Oh, you know who I was actually, it was on a news story that I listened to last night, and it was about a local dog groomer that is becoming quite an internet sensation. She's got over 1 million followers on YouTube. She's got over 1 million followers on Instagram. And she just does videos of dog grooming.
Oh.
And she is exploding.
That's helpful.
It's helpful, yes. She's booked for the entire year as a dog groomer.
Okay.
As well. So she's booked all the way to December. You can't get in to see this woman. But like out of nowhere, she just became internet famous because of tips on how to groom your dogs.
You know what? That's helpful. I would actually watch that. My kids would probably watch that. You know, they're constantly on, TikTok and YouTube watching hair videos on how to do braids and this and makeup tips and things like that. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of people out there who would benefit from, hints on how to groom their dog.
I don't know that it's necessarily, this is the thing. So it's a great tip, great advice. This is how you can groom your dog at home. I think the majority of people are watching her videos and then doing nothing with their dog. That's all I'm gonna say.
They just find that interesting to watch. Instead of watching Netflix, they're watching a woman brushing her dog.
Brushing her dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt that some of these shady characters are ordering farts in a jar as well.
Yes. It's true. I probably would watch those videos and say, that's interesting. Okay, off to the groomers we go. Or just
off
take
to the groomers we go.
Yes. Fine.
Yeah.
But it's good that I know in case there's ever a shortage of groomers or vets in the world.
Yes.
I would know from that woman's video how to groom my dog.
Yes. And this is an ex hairstylist, by the way. So she was doing hair.
Oh, okay.
And then she evolved into the dog industry.
Oh, neat.
Yes. And because she had a couple of her own dogs and she didn't find that the groomer did a well enough job. Yeah. So she became her own groomer and got a little internet famous from it as well.
Cool.
There was another girl who's local who is a Dairy Queen. I don't know if you've seen this woman. She does Dairy Queen cakes.
Okay.
And Dairy Queen is not sponsoring this show. I will say that right now, but they can if they want to. She does Dairy Queen cakes, and she just does videos on how to decorate these cakes.
So how do you mean Dairy Queen cakes?
So you know how you go to Dairy Queen, you order a cake for a 16th birthday party.
Yes.
And they'll go ahead and they'll decorate and say happy birthday, Maya. Well, she does all of the decorating.
Oh, okay.
So she'll shoot a video of her doing the decoration of the cake.
Oh, that's clever.
Yes. But she is a very good decorator of cakes at Dairy Queen. So she does the full, you don't even know what this girl looks like, by the way. She's probably 17.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
So her entire account is just literally the cakes. But she once again got internet famous. She's got like something like 15 million hits on her videos. Huge following. And I'm assuming she's now making money off of some of these media outlets like YouTube, Instagram, right? But yeah, it's crazy the amount of money that is being made on this.
Then show it.
If you
Share
got a
it.
skill, yes. And we are continually looking for skills in this household that we can put on a video, and we're still looking. We haven't found one yet.
Well, Larry was doing the woodworking thing.
He was doing the woodworking thing, and he could honestly do videos, because I've seen some of these videos that he watches on how to fix the car.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, babe, you totally can do this video and so much better. Because some of these people have 15 million hits on how to fix this part in the car. And the entire video is, oh, but don't do that. No. And, okay, ignore this. And, oh, we're going to go back a little bit. So they're not even that good.
Yeah.
These people. However, because you've got something that other people are going to want, like you've got a specific name of a car, a certain type, they're gravitating towards it. And I'm like, you can totally do this. I know that you're going to do this so much better. Because he's a teacher.
Yes.
So we can easily teach how to do something with a car.
But it's just doing it.
It's
just doing it.
It's like everything else.
Everything, right? Going to the gym, it's just doing it.
Yeah.
Getting out and doing it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we all fart, but we never thought to fart in a jar like this woman, right?
No.
She did it.
Oh my gosh.
She actually did it. She paid the price, unfortunately.
Yes. But she made a quick buck along the way.
She made a quick buck. Do you think that she went back to it after she got back from the hospital?
I don't know. There hasn't been any follow-up, really. I think
Maybe
the 5 minutes are over, right?
Maybe she should have just paced herself with how many she was able to distribute.
Sold out.
Sold out. Exactly.
Week.
More coming in the next 3 weeks.
Supply chain problems.
She could have farmed it out, though.
Oh, well.
She could have. She could have given a kickback to some of these people that are helping her with the farts in a jar.
Oh my gosh. Yes, and then it just gets more strange.
It does get more strange as it comes like that. All right, farts in a jar. That was an interesting topic.
Yes.
I appreciate that one.
Well, glad I could help out.
And until next week, my God, what are we going to talk about then?
Oh
All right,
my gosh.
thanks for joining us, guys.
Bye.